It's like a rock. You take a rock, you throw it in the water, it makes a rebound, and it makes these ripples. So where this rebound was, is where the basic crater is. This rebound was sort of eroded away, and we see now the ripples. These ripples are the impact rings that we see now. Yesterday when we were at the quarry, at Leeuwkop Quarry, when we were at the top there, we could see this first impact ring. Okay. And we could nearly follow it from Parys right straight through up till Vredefort. This first impact ring. The second and the third ring are much further. No? Kobus said also at the Gatsrand, Krugersdorp, and further up to Johannesburg. So you can see it nicely, as he also said yesterday, from out the aeroplane. If you fly over the site, you can see this big impact crater. No? Otherwise, now we stand in the impact crater. We moved yesterday. We were in the core area, mostly in the granites. Now we're moving from the granites. We're moving into the quartzites, into the first impact ring. All right. So the first impact ring starts here, what they call Commando Neck. Okay. The first impact ring is very broad, so we will only be in the first impact ring. And as Kobus said yesterday also, mostly the first impact ring is Witwatersrand supergroup. So we are in this Witwatersrand supergroup, and what is unique about the Witwatersrand supergroup, it is also part of this Witwatersrand goldfields, this nice Witwatersrand goldfields that we have here. So what happened with the impact, the granite and the Witwatersrand supergroup were way down, the stratas were way down. And with the impact, they were horizontally. They brought it up to surface level. Some of them were tilted up vertically, and then they were tilted to the side. So the granites were up to surface level. That's where we were yesterday, on the granite base. And we got these nice granite quarries all around. And the quartzites, with Witwatersrand supergroup, they were brought up vertically, and they were tilted to the side. And that's what you can see. Nicely, you can see those, what we call Commando Neck, they are tilted over to the side. And if you look at the one on your far left, you will see they are in layers. Alright, they are in layers. So what we're looking at in the Vredefort Dome, what is also unique, the evidence that is a meteorite impact is on surface level. We see it on surface level. We don't have to go and search for it. It's on surface level. So that is one of the unique things in the Vredefort Dome. Remember, it is about the geology. Because it's the biggest, oldest meteorite impact crater in the world, the evidence is on surface level. We see it on surface level. That's a big unique thing about the Vredefort Dome. The second one is the history. There's a lot of history, and I will talk about the history just now. And the third one is the natural beauty. And I will talk to the natural beauty also just now. What I just want to show you at this stage where we are here. Yesterday, remember when we were at the quarry, we talked about pseudotachelite. Pseudotachelite was powderized granite due to the impact. This granite was due to that friction that was with the impact. Some of this granite was powderized, and we've seen also these broken up round blocks that were caught up in the pseudotachelite. Pseudotachelite says tachelite is volcanic glass. It looks like volcanic glass. Pseudo says it's not, or it's false. So it's not volcanic glass, or it's false volcanic glass. It looks like it, but it's not volcanic glass. This is powderized granite. So that's one of the evidences of the meteorite impact, was this melted or powderized granite that we see within the granite blocks and the broken up granite blocks. The second one that we're going to look at today is this overturned rock formations, which says this is a meteorite impact. There was a period of time not long ago where the scientists were still quarreling, was this a volcanic action or was this a meteorite impact? And then they said, but the evidence that we see on the ground, this is a meteorite impact that we see. And one of the evidences is this overturned rock formations that we can see. And we also see, as we looked at that one there on the left, they are in layers. We can see that that's in layers. That's also one of the evidences. It was brought vertically and was tilted to the side. That is the evidence that there was a meteorite impact. Most of this meteorite, this dome-like structure, is being eroded away. So we are on the crater floor, as Kobus also said yesterday. We are on the crater floor, which is mostly granite, and we are moving into the quartzites now. We're moving into the Witwatersrand super group, and due to the impact, it not only brought the granite up to surface level, but also the gold. That's why we get these nice gold fields in this whole, they call it the golden arch. In this crater-like structure, we've got this nice gold fields of the Witwatersrand gold fields. So, but here in the Vredefort Dome, the gold is more at surface level, but in Johannesburg area it's more deeper. Here in the Vredefort Dome we had tunnels. They've got tunnels where they were mining the gold in tunnels because it's on surface level, but in Johannesburg you need to go down in shafts. The quality of the gold here is much poorer because also due to the overturned stratas, but in Johannesburg it's much better. Okay, it's much better. When we will end up at the tour, we will end up at Venterskroon, a little village that was established due to the gold, and we will talk there. Now, but what I want to show you here is this unique overturned rock formations. This is the first impact ring, and we're going into this impact ring. All right. Then, when we look behind us, Kobus also said yesterday, due to the rocks and the rock formations, we've got this nice different variety in habitat. This nice different variety in plant growth in the site. So if we look at the back, the trees that we mostly see here, all are packed. You can see that in those ones there, at those mountains there. The trees are constantly concentrated very thick to each other. So these trees are olive trees, but these are natural olive trees. They are not cultivated, so they are not bearing this nice big olive fruits. These are naturally here, and they are concentrated here, which is very unique. This whole area that they cover is about 30 hectares, and they naturally concentrated themselves in this big concentrations here. So the university then decided, we work closely together with the university, and especially with the Potchefstroom University, because they're very close with us, to go and have a look. But why are these trees so much concentrated here together? What is the reason for that? And Kobus said yesterday, also one of the reasons is depending on the type of soil and the type of rocks that is underneath. And the type of rock and the type of soil that we get here, the type of rock is epidiorites. They like the epidiorites. That's why they concentrate so much here. You will also get them in the quartzite, but not so much concentrated as here in the epidiorites. That's the one reason. And the other one that they also established is those are the southern slopes. They like the southern slopes. Southern slopes, they are much more cooler, and they're much more, they've got not so dry and hot as the northern slopes. So they like the southern slopes. That's why they're concentrating so much here together. And some of these trees are over these 300 years old. So this is also one of the unique things in the Vredefort Dome, this wild olive tree forest that we've got here. It might be the biggest in the country also. So that is one of the unique things about the natural beauty of the site. Then about the history, as I said, the river is going through the site just here where those big trees are. Komando Nek is in the Free State site. We are now still in the Northwest Province site. So there is a lot of history in the site dating back to the Stone Age, the Iron Age, the first settlers, the battles between the Matabeles and the Boers, the Anglo-Boer War, battles between the Boers and the British, Second World War, Italian prisoners of war that were in the site, working as laborers in the site, building bridges, building tobacco stores, building infrastructure. So, and then the first people that settled themselves in the site. There's even so much history going back to the hunter-gatherers, the Bushmen, that were hunting in the area, that made their own rock engravings on some of these granophyres. They call it granophyres. Granophyres is melted rock, also the same as pseudotachelite. is also due to extreme heat, but it is at the bottom of the impact crater, and this melted rock was gathering all broken up other pieces of rock in this melting process now. So in the granophyre you get broken up pieces of other rock particles in that area, and in the granophyre, in the granite, we only get broken up granite blocks in the pseudotaphylum. So there's a lot of history, and at this area here, there's a lot of history also dating back to the Anglo-Boer War, battles between the Boers and the British, and that is dating back to the 1900s. Yeah. But it even goes back to history in this area. They call this Rensburg Drift. Rensburg Drift because they were moving between the two provinces through shallow areas in the river. That period of time there was no bridges like Parys Bridge and Kumersdrift Bridge. They were moving through shallow areas in the river, to go from the one province to the other one. And Rensburg Drift was one of them that they used now. So some of these battles between the Boers and the Matabeles dating back to 1836 were also here in the Rensburg Drift area. So there's a lot of history also in this site. So this is one of those nice stop points where you've got everything together. The geology, the natural beauty, and you've got the history all together in this one site. Okay. So, the big thing about this meteorite impact crater is that the evidence is on surface level. Mostly it's been eroded away. It's also the biggest meteorite impact crater that's been eroded away, so that we can see the evidence on surface level. No. All right.
Yeah.
That's why it's so unique for the universities also to come and do the studies here, also to come and do the practicals here, because the evidence is all around, and it's in different rocks that you can get it here. We only touch a few ones of those which show us the unique meteorite impact evidence. We touch on those, but there's much more geology in the site itself now. Good.
Thank you.
It's a Cape Cook.
Yeah, long-crested eagle.
You'll see them at Stonehenge as well. The eagles with the long,
Yeah,
on the head, like
on
a
the head,
crest.
yeah.
That's one of them. And there's a little, what's it, a goshawk? What's up with
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a little goshawk.
Yeah.
They don't like each other. So you can see they.
Different types.
You see.
Oh,
This is my area.
Ukraine.
They own areas. So the one is entering into the other one's area.
So they are territorial.
They are territorial. Yeah.
And sometimes if you're lucky also you can hear the fish eagles nearby the river. But this is also something unique. It's not what you see it every day.
The one doesn't